Now, the All Progressives Congress last week officially endorsed the selection of Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu as the party's flag bearer for the November 8, 2025 gubernatorial poll in Anambra State. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Felix Moka, disclosed this in a statement issued after the National Working Committee meeting held last Wednesday in Abuja. Ukachukwu had emerged winner of the primary, polling 1,455 votes to defeat his closest rival, Valentine Ozigbo, who secured 67 votes. He described the primary as fair, credible, and transparent. However, after Ukachukwu's emergence as the official flag bearer for the APC ahead of the gubernatorial polls, a massive wave of defections has hit the All Progressives Congress in Anambra State, following growing discontent over the outcome of the party's Guber primary held in Awka, the state capital, on April 5. The APC, which had positioned itself as a viable opposition force capable of mounting a serious challenge to incumbent Governor Charles Soludo in the upcoming November 8 Guber election, is facing a serious internal crisis of unprecedented scale. Well, joining us on the show to discuss his selection as the party's flag bearer ahead of the elections in November and the sudden wave of defections is Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu, APC Anambra governorship candidate. He'll also be discussing his chances against the incumbent Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, bye. Nice speaking with you.
All right. Okay. Morning, sir. Good to see you, and congratulations on winning the APC ticket in the States. We've got a couple of questions for you. The number one will be,
thank you, Rufai.
And these are what some of your critics say. They say you parade yourself as a business guru. You will run the state as a businessman. But they say you had a failed factory in the States. So how are you going to be able to surmount the challenges of business in the States when they say you have an antecedent of a failed major business that led to the job losses of a lot of people? Also, they talk about the fact that your influence looms large. You always say that there's nobody that have been governor in that state that you have not helped. You are godfather. Can you tell me your influence in the emergence of most of the governors that have emerged in Anambra State? Because the moniker for you is that the godfather now wants to come into the game. Those two questions, sir.
Thank you very much, Rufai. Actually, it's nice speaking to you this morning.
My pleasure.
And bye-bye. But let me just say something. Let me just from somewhere. When somebody set out to invest in his state, it means he loves his state. Don't forget, I lived in Abuja, but it can take only us to develop us. Because I don't think there's anywhere in the whole state of Igbo land where you can see a Yoruba man or Hausa man having investment or building factory. It's only Igbos that can do it in other states. So I now say, what can we do? We have to go and develop our place. And I set out. I'm not happy they say I built 12 industries. Yes, it's something no one can deny. Or they say, or some of the investors are not working. I used to have 74 expatriate workers who live and work in that factory. 6 of them has been kidnapped at a particular time or the other, and were paid heavily. And some of those factories, because of the nature of it, cannot function without those expatriates. And they decide no matter what we're paid, at the time we have to increase the salary, increase allowances, have to get insurance and all those. And then when it couldn't work anymore, who is happy that that factory is not working? Nobody, because I sank in so much money to put up that factory. But the insecurity and other indices and indicators that make the place work. Don't forget, Anambra State, and then, of course, let me just talk about Onitsha, used to be the biggest market in West Africa. And then there are other things that made it so. But can we say actually still being the same? Of course, the answer is no. The indications, the enablers, the things that make business function and attract people to come and then invest in the state, they are no more there. They've been eroded. That's why many companies are leaving. And that's to do with us too, because it's not a small factory. It's an international conglomerate, which I put up. But unfortunately, the security situation and the other enablers, the key factor, and much was spent on light and other things could not help it. And I said, okay, fine, what do? We have to shut it down briefly and then also see how those things can come to bear. It's not only there, many of the major factories in Nigeria are leaving, especially the one as big as our own. So that's actually what it is. And then it's something that every Anambra State even Nigeria, because we used to export everywhere. We even used to export our products, but now it's no more the same. And that's what we're talking about. Those things has to be on ground if Nigeria's economy has to grow. And everybody has to play his roles. And that's what happened. But I'm happy they say actually I built a factory. I used to be the highest employer of labor outside state government. It's because of my love for my people, not because of anything. I would have built it in Lagos. I would have done it somewhere. Like right now, we're building a cement factory and BOP factory in Port Harcourt, because that one have to be by the water. That's what I'm talking about. We've been invested in the economy, not because of politics, but because our people have to be employed, things have to change, and other things have to be done. But coming back to what they said about godfatherism, I did not say about being godfather or no godfather. I said I has been recognized as a leader of repute, not just being a leader who has contributed one way or the other to anybody that has been a governor. And I said it, to anybody that has been a governor in Anambra State, including this current governor. I have been supporting them to be governor. So if you see that, okay, yes, father playing the fatherly role to those people who have been there, because when you want to run for governor and there are people you go and say, I'm running, support me, because they are bringing something to the table, not they're campaigning to. And then those will play a role and brings on board not just few people, local governments to vote. Because when I said it should be a record one country should look at. There's nobody, there's no time since I've been in politics of Anambra State, and I've said it severally, Rufai, that anybody, including Kumbensi, has won my local government without my support. None has ever happened before. It's something to check. When I was HDP, I won it to HDP. When I was ANPP, I won it to ANPP. When I was APGA, the same thing. PDP, the same thing. Now I'm in APC. By God's grace, it's going to be the same thing. So I said, I've been playing that role to support people to win, and things have not won the way I wanted it to run. Now I want to now run so that I can be able to run the state. Every country worldwide, every government worldwide, every business worldwide, if you're not running government as a business, dividend and profits are not coming from it. You must set out to make sure that things are right. And that's why I said, with those experiences, Nigeria, look at Nigeria, for instance. It's the first time, you might not look at it, we'll not be there, maybe we've not gotten there yet. But if you look at it, it's the first time that we're not relying on oil revenue to run the budget of this country, because nobody knew that we can generate as much as what we generate now. And then being channel, people might not feel it now, but with time we'll get there. But notwithstanding, Anambra State needs to be run as a business, so that people should see, because you are managing collective wealth of the people. And that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, let's talk about, shall I call it your management style? And I want to use the primary as my point of reference, because when you listen to the comments of Valentine Ozigbo, who of course came second in the race, as somebody who had a lot of conversations around him, a lot of high expectations of him being a close challenger to you, he has called that primary election a charade, a fraud. He's called it a heist. He said there was bribery. He said that non-APC members were part of the delegation list, and that those faithful members of the party were not even allowed to be part of the process. Can you comment on how the primary was conducted? Because currently there's a lot of discourse about how unlawful the conduct was.
Oh, thank you very much, Mark. But let me just say something. You see, at times, the way people picture things might not be the way it is actually on ground. And also, it's like my mother used to say to me that if you are going to market and you are carrying your product to the market, you also know those who are selling the same market you are selling, so you don't price yourself out of the market and carry your goods there and carry it back home. Because it's not what you want that matters. Your product must be right, and then the price must be right. Exactly the same thing with policies. People that are buying you knows you. You can't sell the chicken that the leg is broken inside the same compound, because they know the leg has been broken. They can't cover it. One thing is obvious, that let also remember, the final day of the primaries is not just, it didn't start that day. Before delegates emerges, they contest those delegates, including in his wards. Now, when they do go out for that contest, people will vote who they want that will go and represent them to vote the governor. That's what the direct primary is all about. And then people queue. If you're supporting Ukachukwu, you queue, Valentine, you queue, and otherwise. And when those things happen, those that emerging from that process will come to the mainstream to actually vote, where everybody will watch. And now, question you ask yourself, APC people, both in the wards, they are tired of every time putting people in their ticket to carry their ticket or represent them in election when those people are not actually serious and doesn't have what it takes to win the state. Don't forget why. It is people that makes the party, not the party, the people. And they know who among us that actually have the capacity to get it done. And then when you are not willing that in this system, it will not work. And somebody said that people that voted, that some of them are not APC. No, they are not putting it forward and the way it is. Let me also say this. We joined the party. Don't forget I was a member of APGA, not only being a member, a board of trustee member for that matter. I ran that joint ticket with Soludo. We are a faction of the party which nominated or nominated. Supreme Court has settled this, so I'm not going there now. And then I moved, other people moved, Obiara moved from, was in Zenith Party, later PDP, and then he moved back. I moved from APGA with all the APGA people that were with me back. Don't forget, I ran all election in the APGA. And then I moved back to APC. And APC said, normally the constitution of APC says that if you move, and if every year or 2 years or 3 years, they do what they call revalidation. Revalidation means all the people that join us now go and register in the ward and be part of it. And then our people and all the other people that join APC, everybody went and registered, meaning in the world, it can't be just the former APC members. New people joined, and they pay for revalidation, which is 200 naira per month, depending on how many months you've joined. And all this will become APC people. That same right can be voted and also vote other people. And they now say that they are giving waiver for everyone that has joined the party to be able to, who has not up to 6 months, that they can vote and be voted for. And Valentine also know that because they gave him waiver also for him to contest. So at that point, who is APC and who is not APC? Anyone who has joined APC and been revalidated are APC members. It's about you don't have a crowd because he joined APC without any follower. And because he came in without nobody can vote for you. If you are joining APC, you come with a crowd that belongs to you. And because APC on ground knows those who came with the crowd and those who have been looking for, those who have been talking to, APC have been talking to me to join them for over years. Actually, the party was formed.
If you came with the crowd into APC and the crowd voted for you, why is there serial defections currently happening from the party?
Oh, but it is just being, is a stage managed. It's a whitewash. It's like somebody who put on delay and then put a makeup on top of it. You might not see what is inside. You only see the beauty of the woman. Exactly what I'm saying. Let me take an example. Because when we were in national TV, international TV like Arise and Co., we put the fact that you can, and I'm also happy that Arise do investigative journalism, and I love them for that. It's something anyone can be able to counter. Let me take one to Paul Chukwuma resigned from the party and then joined our YPP. And in his local government, let me not go far, there are 15 wards in that local government. Each of those 15 wards have 27-member executive. In each those 27 members are up to 15 wards. Only 2 chairmen left with him. Deputy chairman, meaning 27 people remain. Only 2 chairmen left with him. And those 2 chairmen left with him are his own chairman around his place. The rest of 27 members from those 2 wards did not leave. The other 13 local wards did not leave, not minding there was only this way. But they refused to leave because they've seen the light at the end of the tunnel that now APC is going to get it right. Okay, those things they're talking about. Okay, let me speak about those you see about on TV. They've endorsed the current governor, the Ifeanyi Foundation. No. It is a person who carries some crowd that belongs to the same APGA and no one does him. Just in days to come, you see, you can't go and say the foundation has endorsed him because the DG has not gone. All the people that run that foundation has not gone. You will see they've endorsed me and you see all the structure will come out and make a statement. You see it. Those things are just carried. It doesn't exist. They're not there.
Mr. Nicholas Ukachukwu, you've gone from PDP to PPA, to HDP, to APGA, now APC. In a case where APC does not favor you and you did not emerge a governor, where next will you go? That's my first question. Secondly.
Oh, thank you.
No, secondly, the second question.
Let me just correct.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Answer.
Let me correct that question.
Yeah.
I've not entered PPA. Okay. But you got it right. From PDP to HDP.
Okay, so from PDP to HDP to APGA so which P will you go to next?
To APP, to APGA.
Okay, so which P will you go to next
I love that.
If APC does not favor you?
You see, at every point in time, when I was in PDP, it was the national party who did our best. The internal rancor that normally follow PDP, not being able to do things right, not following the doctrine of the party, and not actually following the doctrine of democracy, which actually all of us have embraced and were happy for. Because of that, some of us were not happy on their system, and we wanted to make impact. And that was why I was okay, fine. If it's not working with PDP, let's try another thing that can make it work. And some of those things that happen, like entering HDP and co, come from the point that if you are fielding a candidate that is not acceptable by people, I cannot be party to support somebody I know that have nothing to offer the state. So I should be able to support somebody who can be able to make it work. And that's what has happened. And that's what makes APGA look as if actually they have been ruling the state. Now, we have moved in that trajectory, but it got to a point I said, we need to get to a point where one party state in Nigeria is not helping. The whole of the West, the system used to be AD, but realize they cannot be sectional and say want to get to national development and international repute. They moved to mainstream party, remaining only Lagos. And the president, being a guru, political guru, realized that Lagos cannot remain alone, no matter how strong their revenue is. They have to take them back to center by merging the party. Same thing in Anambra State. Anambra State is a key state in Nigeria, has a lot to offer. We can't remain a one-party state. We need to go back to the center. And then bringing it to the center means they'll be part of Nigerian discourse and be part of what's going on. And that's what it used to be. So my being APC now, it being there not because I want to be governor only, but I want that Anambra to be part of what's going on in Nigeria.
You have not answered my question. This was my question. Where are you going next if APC does not favor you? Because obviously you are a waka waka, you waka a lot, which is a good thing. You have a choice to do that. Where are you going next if APC does not favor you? Is it another P, YPP, or you set up your own political party? Answer that, because I also have another question for you. The National Coordinator of APGA Media Warriors Forum labeled you at some point a saboteur. They say you undermine candidates when things do not go your way. And the other question I want to ask is, why was this uproar when you said on television that you defeated Bianca Ojukwu in the territorial primaries? Why was that an uproar?
Okay. Let me go back to the first question you asked me. Yeah. Let me also say this to you. Moving from the one party to one party is not against the law.
Yes.
It's true. About anchoring the interests of your people per time until you get to a point that people get the dividend of democracy. Some of the leaders are in different places that have moved from one party to the other to get to a point that people have seen what it is. Even governors, even Mr. President. So I don't think it's actually a problem. The most important is that what is the motive behind the moving? No. My issue is that I want to get Anambra State right.
Mr.
And then now we have
APC.
gone to APC.
No. Mr. President has never. No, he started with AD. When AD morphed into ANC, he went there because he morphed into it, and they started APC. He has never left APC all this while. In fact, he's been consistent. He's still that common
I'm coming to the last question. You just cut me off now.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I got into a place. I got into a place before you cut me short. Now, why I decided to join APC is that it's a collective merger of every other political party together, meaning the ideology was right. And I've come to APC to stay because I feel that's national party, because the merger takes the West, the North, and the Southeast. Don't forget, part of APGA is part of APC. I choose not to join them at that point because I feel that I can still make impact in my state. But now it is not working that way. I have to join the mainstream to bring dividend democracy to my people. And then somebody say what he said. I'm not here to address somebody who has not run for councillorship before, that have not bought a form to run an election. I don't want to join the issue with him and then what he's saying about what you just mentioned. But that notwithstanding, the issue is I don't per time do what he said. All I do is I will follow what my people want me to follow. And my people at every point in time has been part of my decision when I take one. And that decision is that Anambra must be right. We must get it right. And then the issue of running an election with saying I run primaries to Bianca, it came out of a question they asked me. And I said, I've run primary in that place. Ojukwu spirit is in me, because if Ojukwu is alive, he will want Anambra to be in the mainstream. Don't forget, when Ojukwu came back from exile, he ran an election under mainstream party. He didn't run an election under Section 1. He did not join Zik because he wanted Anambra to be back to the center of the government. So that's why, and that's what I'm working for. That same of his desire, his dream, is what we're living for. And people believe I can do it. I didn't bring that up in order to malign or make it look as a well. No, we're talking about an incident that, oh, I've been in APGA. I said, I wasn't APGA as nobody. I was in APGA because APGA knows I have something to bring. That even when there was a problem, they said, the spirit of Ojukwu said, even the uniform they are wearing now, don't forget Rufai, he used to carry Ojukwu's picture. But they have removed Ojukwu picture out of that issue. I didn't remove it. I only said it has gotten to a point they should know that I ran primaries in that same place, and they choose me because they believe Ojukwu is my, not only being a father figure to all of us, we are from the same place too, and they know everybody antecedents. So we are carrying spirit and the vision to make sure that Anambra is integrated.
All right, let's talk about some of your plans, because when we look at your track record, now there's commentary from the APC where you are now about your conduct with regards to these primary elections. But if you look at your track record in PDP as well, it's on record that some stalwarts of PDP have said that you destroyed PDP in Anambra State. So I'd like you to reconcile this track record that seems to be following you about, how you seem to be a personality that is destructive and divisive. How will you reconcile that for your campaign and just to win back the hearts of all these other parties that you've left along the way? How will you unite everybody behind you?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that one looks plausible if that's actually what it is, because it's not. If you say that one person destroyed a whole party in the state, that shows how popular, how important that person is. Because you could have,
so
you would have taken somebody off who had crowd.
You accept that you destroyed it?
No, I said that. No. But I said if that is what it was, it could have been plausible. That's why I say if it was. Okay. That's why I said, I didn't say I did, but I said if it was what it is. For somebody to leave a party, if they say leaving PDP to APGA, destroyed PDP, means I left with majority of PDP people to APGA. That's what it is. Because it's about when people move out of the party, major people and people that control crowd, that party becomes a shred, it becomes empty. APGA is in problem because they know I've moved. And I moved with people from APGA. I moved with some people, and you'll be seeing them very soon. And then when that come, we're not playing to the gallery or to the television. We are on ground. They know this. So if I move from PDP, and PDP is no more as important as it used to be in Anambra State, as they said, meaning I have crowd that follows me. And if I have crowd, it's the people that make the party, not part of the people. So, but that is those are true. All I did is that I felt that PDP and the way manner they do things does not actually suit what I believe democracy is all about. So I have to move to APGA. And in APGA thing, I told them there's need for us to move to the center. Some of them did not like that because we want to continue to use it to play in the psyche and mind of people because we want to continue to keep a number of it. I say, no, we have to move to the center. When that is not happening and they believe that that ideology is not what they want, I have to now move to APC. And people with me move to APC. Don't forget, go and check. Some of the people that move with me to those parties become chairman of APGA in local government, chairman of APGA become even part of state schools. So it's not just matter of just coming. They came in with something to offer. So issue of destroying PDP, you can't destroy a party if there are people in that party that are strong. It's about the crowd they carry. So when you move on, they move on. If they're there, they have not, but you can't. But when you move with crowd, that makes the party important. And that crowd moves you to another party, it becomes very important. Don't forget they used to say there's no APC in the state. Now APC is in discourse. Now they're finding a problem. Now they're talking about us. Please, let me ask. Before I joined the APC and other people, were you hearing APGA talk about APC? Do you ever talk about it? Because they don't. But when we move there, they realize the problem because they know there's going to be a contest. They've not been talking about this. Have you ever come to TV and talk about APC? Okay. No. They're talking about it now because there's a problem.
Okay.
And that's that problem of the need of Anambra State.
Okay, real quickly. What has Soludo done wrong that you want to make right? I'll give you an instance. There's a story on the Vanguard on the 29th of December 2023 that says popular Anambra politician and businessman has demanded heavy security personnel of 16 soldiers, 20 policemen, and 12 operatives of the DSS to secure him during the festive period. How can we have an Anambra where you can go home in your festive period and not even have one army or soldier to secure you? That's the question. So what has Soludo done wrong as regards the economy and security that you want to fix? And what are your plans? What's the current GDP of Anambra? How much do you want to increase the current GDP of Anambra? Your business plans and precepts.
Thank you very much, Erufai. Also, let me correct that impression. We didn't go to that Anambra with that crowd. What matters, I was getting married. And naturally, Erufai, if you're getting married, you apply for security that will secure people that are coming for the marriage. People that come from different places to come for their place. Security has to be there, not because I'm going to Anambra. But now that we're standing, let me also take it on face value. I don't like talking, when people talk about me, it makes me happy because you must be somebody to be a history. If you're nobody, nobody talks about you. Now, because of what was happening in APGA, they were just making me an issue because I know I was leaving. But that's notwithstanding, let me also address it. If I go to my place with security men, which I've read what actually it's all about, I got married that time, if you remember also that time. And then I remarried that time because I lost my wife, the first one. Now, if you remember, if actually I'm going to my place with that kind of, it's okay, thank you. If I was going to my place with that kind of security men, meaning I wasn't safe. Nigeria wasn't safe. My place was not safe. And we have a governor. And also, don't forget, my elder brother was kidnapped. And I know what left our pocket to release him from being from the kidnappers den. So if one is doing that, means there's no place. I can't run away from my place. Let me also tell you, Rufai, in all those Aziz where I come from, if you look at it, no DP, there's no police division that is working. It's deserted, as even till today. If the police could not even have a place they can say they are staying, how safe the place? Will I continue running? Other leaders have to go. We have not only investment, people's life are going down. Because by the time we travel to those areas, least money we spend will go to life people around, and it will help to boost the economy. But we don't go, but people like us cannot run away from our state. So we still go there to give them hope that one day there will be wonderful tomorrow. That light of the nation will shine the way actually we want it to shine. So we go, not only me, those who actually want to go home with security. But it's not because we want to.
So what are you going to do to fix the problem? What are you going to do to fix the economy problem?
Coming to what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Quickly, sir.
In as much as I'm not going to discuss what a strategy of security on national television, I'm not going to say it because you know how sensitive it is. But my people that voted me in that Congress was speaking with one voice. We know how it takes. And what it takes is all-encompassing, involving from all the research I've done, from all the interaction I've ever had, involving the key stakeholders, involving people who actually have. If I don't forget, when I was growing up, people like, maybe we don't know that someone was an armed robber or a thief, but they will say that this man is a thief, not because they've caught him, but because the community knows. If the stranger enter community, the community knows the stranger have just entered. You put mechanism on ground to be able to track those records of those people. Someone cannot just come and settle in your place. You can't find out who he was, considering that security challenges are everywhere. You need to start from there. And apart from that, you need to put the indicators, the enablers, the things that actually that take people out of the same people. Anambra State is known as the trading state, and this apprenticeship is no more working the way to, because trading is no more working well. So you need to address some of the challenges. Per kilometer, square kilometer of Anambra State is too small, and that we can have a forest where you can keep people. Those forests are very wonderful agro lands, and it can turn to economy and the pocket of the people. So when you turn it into farmland, people can be able now to make look out of it.
Mr. Nicholas Ukachukwu, one thing I can tell you is thank you so much for coming here. But can we have this agreement that maybe when it's closer or the thick of the campaign, you will come back here and we'll have a show on your economic plan so you'll be able to tell the people everything you want to do for them. Is that a deal? Can we have a shake on that?
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
That's it today. Thank you so much.